with Time to Shrink. It is time to do meal prep. Got lots of stuff on the docket today, so let's just jump right into it, y'all. What I did was I took all these jalapenos and used a nice sharp knife and sliced them, kind of thick slices, and mashed them down into these 2 containers. These are ball jars, asparagus sized ball jars. So I filled both of these up to the top and kind of mashed them down with my fingers so that they were full. And then what I'm going to do is make a pickling liquid, which is apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to take all of this apple cider vinegar. I'm going to use a sweetener. I'm going to use this monk fruit stevia allulose, a little bit of salt, and some chopped onion. I've never actually made this, y'all, and I didn't look up a recipe, but I think I have the general gist of it, so let's try it out. So this, oh goodness gracious, this is the vinegar, y'all. I did 1 full jar of this vinegar. Now I'm going to add some onion. You could add real onions, but I'm just going to use some chopped onions just because I'm feeling a little lazy. I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to do a decent little amount in there. I'm going to use this Malden sea salt flakes, and I'm just kind of going to do a couple little handfuls there of the sea salt flakes. This is the sweetener that I'm going to use. I love this High Key brand allulose blend. It's my new favorite sweetener. I'm going to do a 1/4. I'm going to measure this. A 1/4 a cup of sweetener. I don't want it to be crazy sweet, but you definitely want to combat the acid. And that is it, y'all. That's all I'm going to put in. I'm going to put it on over a medium low heat. I'm going to stir it every once in a while. Ooh. What is this? Look how all those onions rehydrated, y'all. There's like a million onions. But I'm just going to strain those off. I just wanted them for some flavor. It smells very, very vinegary in here, y'all. I guess that's what it's supposed to smell like when you're pickling things, but it's not super pleasant. Let me clean up this humongous mess I made. Oh, okay. Let's see if we do a better job pouring now. I'm gonna pour over. Whew. Okay, I don't think we're gonna have enough liquid for 2. That stinks. I guess I'll have to make some more. This is what you want it to look like. And this one only has a tiny bit, but we will add more. We'll fix it. I made some sweet tea. This has just got some regular, I think, Lipton tea bags and a 1/3 a cup of this monk fruit. And it's kind of like a concentrated tea. So this is just a super concentrated tea. So this way it takes up less room in the refrigerator, and then when I pour it, I'll just cut it in half. I'll do ice and water and then about 1/2 a cup of this per glass.
Wait,
all right.
Spatulator song?
You don't know the Spatulator song?
No, I don't know the Spatulator song.
Oh, Jack's spatulating, y'all, and he doesn't know the Spatulator song. Spatulate, spatulate. Spatulator.
That's less of a song and more of a chant.
Okay, do the chant.
Spatulate, spatulate, spatulator.
I love it. Going to add some of this Fresh Jack Spicy All-Purpose. I just got this one. I have not used it. It smells really, really nice. All right, we're gonna make some jalapenos. This is my sausage mixture. It's just sausage and cheese, cream cheese, a couple different types of cheddar cheese, and that seasoning that we had shown y'all, the spicy all-purpose seasoning from Fresh Jack's. We have a pile of jalapenos to stuff. Just stuffing it just like this. I know I've showed you this before, but in case you're new to my channel, we just stuff it, and then I use an entire piece of bacon to wrap it. The more formed you get the bacon over it, the better it's going to turn out and the better it's going to look in the end. So I do use an entire piece of bacon. So this is all the jalapenos we ended up with because I only had 2 packs of bacon. I usually do like 4 packs of bacon at a time, y'all, and double this mixture. So we almost used it all. We probably could have overstuffed a few of them, but Jack's not sad. He'll just eat this as a snack. It's tasty all by itself, cold or hot. Y'all, what do I do with all these jalapenos? Have all these left. I've made pickled jalapenos. I've made these jalapenos. Too many jalapenos, y'all. I don't know. This is a super easy, super quick food prep. This is just ground sausage, y'all. You can use pork, you can use turkey. This is actually a turkey sausage today because that's what I had on hand. But I just spread it across the bottom of this pan. I sprinkled it with garlic herb seasoning and Italian seasoning. I'm going to cook it at 425 in the oven until it's pretty much done, and then we're going to top it as if this is the pizza crust. People call it a Meatza. We've never made it before, but I am looking forward to it. Smeared a little bit of pizza sauce on there, and now we're just going to top it. Alright, so I have topped it off. Y'all, it's shrunk up so much. I totally should have done 2 pounds. Next time I'll do 2 pounds if everybody likes this. But I am serving it with a big Caesar salad later. So, anyways, I put the oven on broil when I took this out. I'm going to pop it in, let it all get nice and melty, and then it'll be ready. And here we are out of the oven. Yum! Jalapeno poppers out of the oven, smelling amazing. Cannot wait for them to cool a little bit so I can eat one. Let's make some biscuits. I don't really have a recipe for this. I have seen recipes for sour cream biscuits. I've made sour cream biscuits in the past, but not keto. So let me show you what I'm going to use, and if they turn out, I'll share it with you in the end. This is Trim Healthy Mama baking flour. You can get it on Amazon. I'll link it down below. I love it because it is super low carb and it's less calorie. It's not as calorie dense as like almond flour. So this is 1.5 cups of that. 4 tablespoons of butter, 1/3 cup of cheese, 1/3 cup of sour cream, a full tablespoon of baking powder because I want to try and make them rise, y'all. Little pinch of Himalayan sea salt and 2 eggs. And this is just a dump recipe, and they're going to be drop biscuits. So I'm literally just going to dump all of this in and stir it up, y'all. It's that easy. You could add any kind of seasoning you want. I think I may add a little bit of garlic seasoning and make them like garlic cheesy biscuits. It's looking a little dry, so I think we are going to add a little bit of heavy cream to this. Probably could add more sour cream, but I think we're going to go heavy cream. So I'm going to start with, there's 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. Coconut flour and oat fiber both are way more absorbable. Is that the right word?
Absorbent.
Absorbent. Thank you, Jackson. Absorbent. So I'm going to use the full 2 tablespoons, y'all. Alright, y'all, this is how they turned out. They were very formable. Like, I thought I was making a drop biscuit, and I kind of still am. I didn't completely form them, but this is how many it made. So I guess you could make them whatever size you want. I'm not sure exactly how long these are going to take to bake either, so I will let y'all know when they come out. Alright, let's throw these in. We'll just watch them, see what happens. Let's move on to making a pound cake. Alright, y'all, I am making a cake. I hardly ever bake. Like, I just am not a baker at all. I do not like to measure. But we're going to make this Kentucky butter cake. I will link the recipe down below. I have made this numerous times. Anything by this lady. All day I dream about food. Carolyn Ketchum. Anything from her is money, y'all. It is always so good. So good. So we're going to make this. It's basically just a really, really good pound cake. I've got all my ingredients out, but I'm going to put it down below, so I'm just going to go through this, y'all. You always, when you're creaming together butter and sugar, you always want to push the sides down a few times and just make sure that it gets really nice and whipped looking. So you see how it almost pales out? It gets like a paler white and it's just nice and fluffy. That's what you want. Then you're going to push the sides down one more time and you're going to add your eggs a little bit at a time. And then you're going to add your vanilla, and then we'll start doing alternate liquid and dry ingredients. This is why I don't like baking, y'all. There's so many freaking steps and you have to measure everything. I go ahead and crack my eggs so that I can just slowly put them in like this. And you want to get that completely combined. And once you don't see your egg anymore, add one more. Then once the eggs start to mix with that butter, it starts to look like rancid almost. Like it looks like it's gone bad and you've messed up, but you haven't, I promise. That's what it's supposed to look like. This is just some vanilla. See how separated and weird it looks, where it was just so pretty when it was just the butter and the sugar? That's normal. If you're not a baker, this would freak you out probably. So I just wanted to show you that's normal. Most of y'all probably know that because you bake all the time probably, but I just thought I'd share that. All right, next step is we have, whenever you're using almond flour and coconut flour, they don't always call for this step, but I always do it. I'm gonna add my baking powder and my salt to this, and then I am going to sift it. Oh, on my butt?
Yeah.
How'd I do that?
I don't know.
How'd I get flour on my butt?
I just realized I'm rolling.
Oh, y'all look. Somehow I got flour all over my butt. No clue how I did that. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so we're just gonna sift a little bit at a time. This takes a minute, so you just gotta be patient, but it is worth it. You don't want all these big lumps in your cake. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of dry, a little bit of wet, and back and forth. Man, I love baking. Ugh. I've made this before, y'all, and I feel like it was not this wet, but it's been like over a year, so I don't know. I've combined everything. We're gonna just go for it. We shall see what happens. This is a Bundt Pan. That's what it looks like. I had my son butter it. You want to butter it really, really well. You want every crevice covered, and then you just pour it in. I lift it and drop it a couple of times, y'all, like this, so that there's no air bubbles or air pockets anywhere. And then we're gonna put this in a 325-degree oven for 50 to 60 minutes, and we will see what happens. Here are my biscuits, y'all. They are definitely too dry. I should have put more moisture in them. They have a good flavor, they really do, but they need more moisture. There's what they're looking like on the inside. They're kind of airy and fluffy on the inside, but they're definitely too dry, so I'm going to keep working on these, y'all. All right, y'all, why do I always say all right, y'all? Why do I start everything with that? Anyways, I just tasted a little bit more of that biscuit, and with butter on it, it's really good. It has a really, really good flavor. I think that it's just a little dry. I definitely need to tweak it, but it had a really, really good flavor, and the crumb was really nice. It was not like dense and hard at all, just a little dry. Two problems. One, I got to making my cake and kind of forgot about them, so I think they overcooked a little bit. And two, it needed more moisture. Anything that has any kind of coconut flour just sucks up the moisture. So definitely gonna up the sour cream, but I'm gonna perfect it. I'm gonna get these right at some point this fall, y'all. So pound cake is out of the oven. It is looking beautiful. And then you pierce it all over with lots of little holes, and you make this, like, I don't know, what is it, a glaze? You make this glaze, which is basically just butter, a little bit of water, and I used the Lakanto Golden. So I'm gonna make this glaze, you pour it over this, and then, if I remember right, this is one of the cakes that tastes way better the next day. Like, you don't wanna touch it until tomorrow. So maybe this might be breakfast, y'all. All right, y'all, so you just kind of want to pour this goodness, yummy, yummy goodness all over the top of the cake. Spread it all around. Yum. And then you let it sit until it is completely cool before you flip it. Yum, yum, yum. Well, that was unsuccessful. I have never had this happen, ever. We buttered the crap out of this. Look at that. It's so sad. I guess it'll probably taste all right, but shoot. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. That was meal prep for the week. Oftentimes I spread meal prep over a couple of days. That's what happened this week. If I don't get it done, I just feel discombobulated. Our week just goes so much better when I do meal prep. Do y'all meal prep? Give me ideas. What are things that you meal prep every single week? Or do you have a different method of how you do it than me? I would love to hear about it down below. All right, I will talk to y'all again really, really soon. Bye, y'all.